All right, you're still listening to Africa Business Radio. We're going straight into a look at what to expect from the next issue of Business AM, that is Nigeria's fastest growing financial and business newspaper. And to give us a sneak peek into what to expect, we have on the line Mr. Philip Isakwa, the publisher of Business AM. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Thank you, Bimbola, for having me.
You're welcome, sir. So what are we to expect from the next issue of Business AM?
Yes, as a financial newspaper, we are going to be looking closely at the capital market. The stock market has been interesting this week. So we're speaking to a number of analysts who are examining a lot of things that have gone down at the market. You know that this week alone, we have seen an up and down movement in that market. So we're going to look deeply and speak to a number of analysts in terms of what to expect in next week. There's something also interesting about the low interest rate environment. You know, what we are hearing is that the debt market, the debt capital market has been revving up quite a lot in terms of activities. And that's because the interest rate has been quite low. In some cases at 1%, there's FGN savings bonds that is being offered at 1.2 or 1.3% per annum, which makes the debt market quite attractive. We've heard of corporates that really revving up the activities in that space. BOA is already talking about doing bond, which naturally will mean taking advantage of that market. We're also going to look at the forex market. We're looking at the street, the CBN, and the I&E windows of that market. There's also something interesting that came up this week, which we're going to look at. GT Bank holdco restructuring arrangement, which we've seen a lot of activities with SEC offering a no objection to that move by GT Bank. So some analysts are speaking on this. We've heard about talk about GT Bank benefiting from in terms of revenue as well as in other areas. There's also electricity shortages. We're going to look at electricity, what's happening in that space. Metering has been a big problem, since the power holding company was split into different discos, in terms of people not having meters. And the federal government has come up with a metering initiative, which is supposed to give 30 million meters to consumers. But we have challenges with both retail and industrial consumers having challenges, especially with regards to what's called estimated billing. So we're going to look at that. There's also talk about a new revenue formula. The House of Rep is pushing the chairman of a Revenue Mobilization Commission, Elias Mbam, to look at ways, to change the revenue formula across the three tiers of government. So again, our global look at commodities, we're going to play that deeply, look at gold, look at copper, aluminium, and other metal, and see what's happening in that space. Finally, I want to share with you something that came up maybe a couple of weeks ago regarding Dangote's London listing. We have one or two information that we hope we'll be able to share in the next edition of the paper. And then we'll look at across different areas, agric and commodities, and then our insightful analyst, Wharton Business School section, as well as INSEAD. And then we'll look at Project Syndicate, and many other columnists will be writing for us.
All right. Well, I just hope everyone is as excited as I am, to receive the next issue of Business AM. Thank you so much, Mr. Isakwa. We'll be talking to you on Monday to go through some of the things that you have just mentioned. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
All right. So we have just been talking to Mr. Philip Isakwa. He is the publisher of Business AM, that is Africa's largest and fastest growing business newspaper.